everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to a day in the booth. I'm going to take you through some clear coat on these fenders today. We're using a different gun today. I'm not using the W400. We're going back to devilbiss and we're going to go back to a budget gun. We've got the FLG5 set up for clear coat. This is a 1.4mm setup, so we're going to drop some clear down with the FLG today and make a change. So I'll take you through two coats on the clear coat, then I'll give you a little chat at the end. See you in a bit. Right guys, while you see me spraying here, I'm going to give you a little talk through on the FLG and give you my honest opinion on this gun while you watch me drop some clear coat down just here. I'm watching on the tablet what I've done today and edited for you guys. So we'll talk a little bit about the FLG. I've owned this gun a couple of years now and I picked it up off a review. So a little bit about the gun. This is the 1.4. You've got the same cap, the cup, which you get on the GTI Pro Light. So it's the same devilbiss cup, same thread, same top piece as them. So if you're used to them sort of cups, it's exactly the same. The one thing I like about this gun compared to the Pro Light and the Pro, you get no baffle between the cap and where you've got the nozzle there. On the Pro Light, this piece on the Pro Light pulls away and you get the little baffle ring that sits in between. On this you don't get that. This is all solid internals from the front back. So you get no dramas with that baffle, because sometimes you have to change that on the actual GTI and GTI Pro Light. You get the cap like this, which is a two-piece, comes in two pieces, nice and easy to clean and nice to locate and screw on. The trigger is just like the Pros and the Pro Light, so a nice comfortable trigger. The dials on the back are just like a aluminium, just nice and easy to adjust. The actual body itself is all alloy. You've got your air valve here on the bottom, so I'll have that fully open and then you put your air regulator to this piece here. But the gun itself is really comfortable to your hand when you're spraying. So as you can see me spraying there on this first coat, it just feels effortless to use and you can get a cracking finish down with this gun very, very easily. It makes spraying easy. It's not a hard gun to get on with. You can see the fan nice and clean, clear. It's got quite a big fan on this gun. I'm running this at 2 bar pressure, as you can see now, just coming down on them straights. And we're on the main flat there. And I'm sort of about 5 to 6 inches off the panel. Nice consistent moving up on the fan as we're working up. And you just get a cracking finish. You can see what you're doing. You can see a little bit of overspray there when I'm spraying. But when you've actually got the gun and you're spraying and it's in front of you, you can see clean where you're going. It's a really nice fan on this. So for comfortable, the actual gun is all nicely shaped at the back, so it really fits your hand well. I really do like this gun. It was nice to jump back onto this gun in the booth today and give it a blast, because I've been using the W400 quite a bit. And on that gun, the fan pattern's really sharp. But this thing, you just chuck it in your hand, smash the clear down, and the clear just lays down really, really well with this, and it just seems effortless to get a good finish. It's so easy to get a good finish with this gun, and you just feel confident with it when you got it in your hand. It's nice and easy, and at the price point of just over £100, it is a no-brainer, guys. These are cracking bits of kit for what you get. So we'll just continue on with this spray now. I'm just finishing this one off, coming down the back of this panel. Now these fenders are quite big. They don't look very big on the actual screen, but they are a quite big piece to spray. That actual half moon of the fender is well over 6 feet, and that piece I'm just finishing up on there, they're probably coming up about just over a foot wide on that piece there. I'm just finishing that one off. I'll see you in a bit. There you go, that's the first coat down with the FLG. drops a nice coat. Add this at 2 bar pressure, just under 2.5 turns out on the fluid on a 1.4, really pumps it out. Nice first coat, let this flash right off, then we'll open it up and just load it up a little bit more for the second coat. So I'll see you in the second coat, and then I'll give you a little chat and a look at these when they're all finished. See you in a bit. Right, we're moving on to the second coat. Now I've got the air pressure exactly the same on this, and I've just turned the fluid out just a little bit more. As you can see, I'm going a little bit slower on this and just letting that clear build up. It's wetting up really nice on this coat. The actual clear coat that I'm using is PPG, and I mixed the thinners. I've done a 50-50 mix because we've got 2 sorts of thinners in the mixing room. We've got a slow and we've got a fast that's in there at the minute. So I've just done a mix of 50-50 slow and fast together, and it seemed to work really well on flowing out on this. Now as you can see, I'm just working around nice and slow, getting that front edge, double pass on that, so that's wetted that up. I'm just starting to work up the panel. The overlap's quite close because you've really got to get a good build on these fenders, because you get a lot of dirt in the first coat that lands, a lot of dust, and you're burying the dirt in the second coat, so you've got to load this clear up. Working up at the top of the fender there. Nice and consistent on the distance with the fan from the panel. Working round, quick flick round there at the bottom, and then coming up the side. Some people tend to do full long passes on a panel, but as you can see, I sort of work in passes like that, in sort of like a foot just over, and work my way along, go along, work my way along that way. I can do like they call walkthroughs, where you walk it, but for comfortable I just tend to do that, do a nice little chunk at a time, and then work my way along the panel. As you can see, I'm walking round now, because half the time you're getting the airline trapped around these trestles when you're walking around. So I'm just continuing on now on this and just working down that panel. Nice, controlled, same sort of speed, and just working that overlap across. And we're just finishing this one now. So a nice, easy gun to use, guys. It really is. If you've not tried one, I'd recommend one. If you're a DIYer, or like I'm in the body shop there, it's a cracking gun. The actual other painter came in as I was just starting the next run of fenders that I did, and he went, "Oh, got a new gun," and he grabbed hold of it, dialed it in, and he done the bottom edge of the fender, and it was like, he went, "Crikey," he says, "I can't believe how that's laying the clear down." He says, laying it down lovely and flat. And he looked at the gun, and I says, "It's a £100 gun." He went, "What?" He said, "I've got to pick one up," because he's used to using the Segola 4600 Extreme. That's the one he uses. That's his go-to clear coat gun, and he really likes the feel of the FLG. He's also a devilbiss fan, so he's got like GTI Pro Light that he's got as well. And he said, "I'm going to pick one up. It seems like a really, really good gun." So he was impressed with it, just doing the bottom edge of one of the fenders on the second run. So we're coming up on this face here, working up, as I say, nice and controlled, consistent sort of speed, working up nice and slow. No rush, just watch that clear wet up and just follow it along. Working back around the front again. You tend to go around these fenders the same sort of way each time. It's just for comfortable. You get used to going around the fender a certain way, and you get consistent results each time. It's very rare I'll get either runs or inconsistency, like dry spots and things like that. When you work around the fender this way, you tend to get that consistent finish every time, because I've done these so many times. You just get so used to going around one way, walking around one way on these fenders. But we have got some other stuff coming up, which will be next week. We've got some barrels to do, like these round, look like paint tins, big paint tins. They're all being colour coded like white. So there's a load of them that have come in. We've also got a load of bonnets that have come in, more fenders. There's some roofs that have come in as well. So the car park's quite full of stuff. So there will be a variety that will be coming up on the channel. So we're just finishing off on this one, working down that edge, and as you can see I'm just walking out that quite long piece there with the spray gun. Nice and consistent, speed same, just letting that clear, wet up. You'll see it sort of wet up and build up as you're doing it. Now I'm changing the way I'm spraying now, going this way and going up the panel like this. And half the time it's because the airline is wrapped round the trestle, and it's a case of either go up the panel that way or walk round, pull the lead round, and then you start another way. So just do whatever you can that's comfortable. But all in all, a cracking gun, guys. Highly recommended. That's the devilbiss FLG5, and we're back on. I'll see you in a bit.
So drops 8, 9. There you go. That's the second coat down. So it drops a nice coat of clear on them. Nice glossy finish. That's the FLG 5 1.4. Nice gun, nice good all-rounder, guys. You can get this set up for your primer. You can get it for you. Well, you can use the 1.4 for the base. You can use the 1.4 for primer if it's a little bit thinner. But a nice coat of clear. So I hope you've enjoyed the video on this clear coating, and I hope you join me in the next one, because it will be more than likely it will be back in the studio because it's the weekend and I'll be working over the weekend, no days off. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, click that subscribe, press that notification so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos of Dread Effects Custom Paint. Drop us a thumbs up, guys. It does help the algorithm and the YouTube sort of channel grow. It's all you guys that help this out. I just keep ploughing the videos out, but it's you that makes this channel grow. So big thank you for all the comments along the way, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.